All right, Casey, coming off of a 3-1 series victory over Central Washington, you guys were trailing 9-7 in the bottom of the 7th inning, and you hit a game-tying 2-run home run off the scoreboard here at Dehler Park. What was your approach heading into that bat, and what did you do with the pitch when you saw the one you liked?
Well, we're down 2 in the last inning here, and we got one guy on, and I know I'm the tying run, so I got to get 360 feet, and I'm thinking, how am I going to do that? And I'll tell you what, home run was the last thing on my mind. But I was just looking for a pitch that I could handle, you know, put it in one of the holes or up the middle, like I've been doing all weekend, and just manage a single. But I managed to see that first pitch changeup that he left up that I had hit before, and I guess I just hit it well enough to carry out.
You had 4 RBIs in the first game today, 10 hits overall on the weekend. Just a really great weekend for you at the plate.
Yeah. You know, I've been swinging a cold bat lately this season and whatnot, but this weekend I just told myself to keep it simple, keep a very simple approach, you know, try not to do too much with it. A single's a single, and so I just stuck to the simple approach.
And the 3-1 series victory over Central Washington, in that Brody Miller had 4 home runs. Talk about the catalyst he's been at the plate for you guys all season.
Big. He was very big and clutch for us this weekend. Brody coming through with those home runs that he had. In that last inning there, I was, or the 7th inning there when I hit the home run, I was, you know, just kind of hoping to get some guys on base to get Brody up to the plate because I know he had a hot bat, hot bat there all weekend. And but no, Brody's been good defensively and offensively for us, coming through with RBIs, the home runs, and the hits that we need.
Thanks, Casey.
Yeah, no problem, Evan.
Okay, Brody just wrapped up a 3-1 series victory over Central Washington, a dramatic way to end it. You guys won in extra innings, a walk-off hit by Connor Holbrook. To get there, though, you guys led the game 7-2. Central scored 7 runs in the 7th inning. Talk about how you guys were able to keep yourselves alive after giving up the big lead.
Yeah, definitely giving up that 7th spot right there is very frustrating. But it shows a lot from our team, just never giving up and being able to come back and win the game like that.
You hit 4 home runs on the weekend, 2 of those grand slams. Today you didn't make an out at the plate. Just talk about what was working for you up there.
I was just seeing the ball well, being patient and not trying to do too much.
And with the win, you guys started the day in 2nd place in the GNAC standings. Being able to take a series like this from a competitive team like Central Washington, how does that set you up facing Western Oregon in your next series at home coming up?
We just got to take this weekend and just move on and play well next weekend. Next weekend's a big series with Western, and hopefully we can play as well as we've been playing.
Thanks, Brody.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, just finished up a 3-1 series victory over Central Washington. Here on day 2, you guys had a 21-8 victory in Game 1, and then you had to battle back to get a 10-9 walk-off win in Game 2. First, focusing on Game 1, you tied a school record for runs in a game with 21. You guys were all over the pitchers from the get-go today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, our guys, we did a good job in the series, even on the first day, of really just doing what we try to do each weekend, and that's get into the bullpen as early as we can and try to see as many arms as we can in that first day. And, you know, so we knew, just like, I mean, we were in the same situation where you're short pitching on the second day when you have a day where both teams unload the bullpen. So we really were trying to put pressure on Hamilton, and our guys did a great job just right away in that first inning, being disciplined and getting a few key hits, but really mostly just being disciplined and not chasing pitches out of the zone. A guy with really good stuff, and definitely a good pitcher that we got out of the game early, and that really pushed today in our favor.
It would be difficult to find a series where an individual had a better performance than Brody Miller had in this 4-game stretch. 4 home runs. He capped it off, just not making an out here today. The Wildcats couldn't get him out. They put him on as the winning run in the last inning by an intentional walk. They couldn't even pitch to him at all.
Yeah, you know, Brody was just on fire. He was seeing the ball so well, and you know, he's been very consistent over the course of his career, and then he has streaks like this where you know, anything in the strike zone is dangerous, and so you had a little breeze blowing out to right center today, and I mean, just a hitter's win definitely. And you know, I'm not sure any of the home runs he hit needed anyway. And he crushed the ball all day long today, and that's the ultimate show of respect. 2 out, nobody on, bottom of the 8th or 9th inning, extra inning game, and to put him on in that situation is, that's Central telling you how good of a hitter he is.
Casey Merritt also had a home run. That may have been the biggest swing of the bat in game 2. You guys were down by 2 runs with an out in the last of the 7th inning, needed 2 to stay alive, and he hit a ball off the scoreboard.
Yeah, Case is, he's had a rough first half of the year, especially coming off what was a very good freshman year. He was really solid in every aspect last year. He's really struggled just to get anything going. He's hit the ball hard a few times right at somebody, and then, just had some bad at-bats. So he was a guy that coming into this weekend, really we were planning on giving him the first game. He was going to start the first game, and that was it. And he didn't end up coming out of the lineup. I mean, he was so good all weekend. Got overshadowed a little bit by Brody and by a couple other guys, but I tell you what, Case was huge this weekend. He was on base the entire weekend, hitting line drives all over the place. And I really thought Miles was the same way. I mean, really just a table setter, just doing a good job with speed and a good job putting pressure on the opposing defense.
Connor Holbrook, the one coming up with that walk-off hit there in the last inning, just able to clutch up and give you guys the win, so it's a different guy stepping up for you again.
Yeah, we talked about that after the last game today, just that's how it needs to be for us. I mean, a few weeks ago, you had Kevin Toon, who's been a great player for us, really struggling. I mean, out of the lineup, and then he came back strong. And Casey Merritt's been struggling, and he came up big this weekend. Durbin has had 3 or 4 of the best weeks of any player we've had, and he's had a rough 10, 12-day stretch now. And you're just not going to be hot all the time as a hitter. So you just need your teammates to pick you up, and not let the lows get you down too much. And so, I mean, I know the happiest that I can be as a coach is when our team covers their teammates' mistakes, and that's what happened. I mean, we really should have. We felt like we should have won that game 7-2, 7-3, and we pitched really poorly, and we made a couple defensive mistakes late in that game, and could very easily have just checked out and taken the loss and been okay with a split. But our guys just kept fighting, and we put some good at-bats together, and a great way to finish. Definitely feel better winning 3 out of 4 in that series, and winning the season series, which is important.
Yeah, like you just mentioned, winning the season series, taking 5 out of the 8 games. You guys are now strongly in second place in the GNAC standings. Next up for you is Western Oregon coming to town next week, and it's kind of a unique series. You've got 4+ games, 4 full games, and then the suspended game that you'll finish. What are your goals going into that series now that you've got the momentum from this big series win?
Well, that was our worst series of the year at Western. Lost the first 3, and then had a lead and a small lead. I think it's 1-0 with the bases loaded in that game that was suspended due to weather. But that series is huge. I mean, it's a huge series. We have to play it as a 5-game series and feel like we need to win that series. And even winning that series won't win us the season series. So we need to just concentrate on playing 1 game at a time and not getting too far ahead of ourselves, because then after that we have NNU coming to town. They're a very good team as well. So just try to play each series on its own merit, and every team in our league is capable of beating every other team. So not that anybody needs any help at this point, but it's difficult to sweep series. So if we just take care of our business at home, we feel like we'll end up playing that last weekend with a potential chance to host that tournament here if things go like we want. And that would be the biggest thrill, to get to bring that tournament to Billings.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.